Well, g'day tubes, how's she hanging? Feeling better here. Still got some sniffles, a little bit of cough. About maybe 20% of my taste and smell back. And maybe that's all I'm going to get back, I don't know. Hopefully it all comes back the way it was. Then I can start smelling crap again. Whatever, you know what I mean. Anyways, sometimes it's kind of nice not to be able to have smell. Let's say. But anyways, today we are going to look at this Wolseley here and have a look, see why it wouldn't start the other time there. I don't know what happened or what's going on. I've got the compression tester in again so we can just test some compression. I kind of think it's got a valve hanging. It's maybe even opened up a little bit and it's sort of stayed open. So we'll we got the pressure tester on there now. We'll put you on a tripod. We'll give it a crank. I put the spark plug on so it's still sparking and not kind of messing up with the mag. And we'll see what we can do here. And we might have to pull the head off. There is a valve adjustment cover here. I could probably pull that off too, maybe just to see what's going on in there. So let's give her a crank and pardon me, see what we get. Well, I kind of got this thing hanging in here. I'm going to crank it a bit here and I'll let you know our reading. Sparking. So we are about, well, 65, maybe 60 psi. I'd like to see a little higher than that, but it seems like it's got some compression. Alright, that's the best we're going to get, I think, out of it. And we've got under 60. Not liking that too much. So we either got a piston ring stuck or we got a compression tester stuck. Oh. No, that's not going to work. Let's get some needle nose in there. There we go. So, about 60. That's not tremendous, but I guess that's what we'll have to start working with here. Well, we'll pull this guy off first. The muffler. And we'll get this little cover off of here too and see what's going on in there. Alright, believe it or not, metric. Ooh. I don't know whether I'm liking the feel of this thing. Maybe it's okay. Sure wasn't much holding in there. I've had this all off at one time. Quite a few years ago. There'll be a bit of oil maybe come out of here, so we'll get a towel kind of maybe ready. This cover, I don't know what happened to it, but it's been damaged from the years of something happened to it anyways. I don't know. Alright, no oil come out of there. Let's get you down maybe a little lower here. There's the lifters, and that's part of the throttle mechanism there. So that actually should have a pin in it, so you can't over back it out too far. But let's see. Well, those seems like they're working good there. And gives it a little twist. I don't know what valve clearance should be. That's intake. Wait a minute. Intake. That's a weird stroke. What's going on here? Hang on a second. Am I going the right way? Maybe I'm not going the right way here. I might not be going the right way. No, towards you guys. Okay. It's confusing me. Okay, so let's see here. Intake. That should be power and exhaust somewhere there. Well, that was the spark, so boom. It'll be going back down, and then it's should be come back up for exhaust now. Yeah, so let's try this again here. That's sparking kind of weird. Is that sparking every time too? Let's see here. Yeah, that sparked there. Boy, that sparks a lot more than it should, doesn't it? So there's the intake stroke. It should be coming up to power compression. Should be firing that time. Yeah, fires there. Boom! And then it should push down. And then coming back up and blowing out the exhaust. But it fires before it even sucks fuel in, like right at the start of the intake valve opening here. There's definitely some play on the intake here. I can definitely see some good play on this one. That exhaust though, what's it doing? Let's fire it through. I'm gonna have to leave that up there so it sparks. Okay, so exhaust, intake, wait for the next bang there. Something's sticking on these things, I think, too, even though they're loose. Okay, well, I'd like to pull off the head too, I think, here is to see kind of what's happening here. Let's, well, we're going to need a big set of tools for that, that's for sure. Okay, so in here there's these great big huge brass nuts, really long nuts. Is there any gas left in this? I don't think so. Let's leave this attached. Yeah, we dried that out, that's good. Good to know. So, yeah, there is some big... Really should get this tank down, sandblasted and repainted too. If I get my cap to go back on, the only reason I reuse this cap is well, it's the original cap, right? So it's the top of the old tank still here. I welded on, and then in the good old welding days, we'll say. So what size are that now? What size is that going to be? Let's see. Spark plug sized. Oh, it is too. 13/16s in there for them. So we need that. I need a long extension. And I'll take these off. I wouldn't mind getting his head cleaned up too and redone maybe. Oh. Holy smokes, who put that on last? That's not gonna work. Oh, holy smokes. I don't have a head gasket, so hopefully we don't damage it, or I might have to order one from the UK. Or make something out of something. Could be a leaky head gasket too. Holy smokes. Yeah, I'd like to get the head inside cleaned up too and get it all painted up again. because it was starting to rust there. I didn't realize it, and I coated it with a bunch of stuff to kind of help it a bit. So that's one of the nuts. Big long brass nut. Those were kind of interesting. And I'll just leave them in there and pull this right off. The whole thing, tank, everything will come off here. Everything should be all attached. That'll give me some work cleaning that up. I didn't have a sandblaster before when I first got this thing, so it was kind of just scuffed up and repainted that way. So it'd be nice to actually get her cleaned up a little bit. Okay, got a clear spot on my bench here. We'll pull this fella off. All right, let's see if this will come off of here all right. It's going to be pretty heavy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh, there we go. Okay, let's try and get it straight up and out. Oh, and I'll throw it on the bench here. Holy smokes. Forgot how heavy that was. Alright, what do we got going on here? Well, I'm not liking the looks of how wet the top of that piston is. It's definitely oil. That's not good. Because I put rings in this thing. Oh boy. I'm not liking that. Let's see what the bore looks like. Oh boy. I have to get you off the tripod maybe. Well, you can see this side here anyways. I'll let you know. Well, it's definitely glazed up. It's definitely got some glazing. Don't like this either. An awful lot of play in those valves. Let's back you up a little bit here. Guides are shot. Oh, that intake's really bad. Holy crap. Wowee. Oh boy. Looks like it's got a little bit of piston slapping this way, not so much this way, but it's been slapping that way pretty good. Now let's get the let's exhaust intake. Okay, that should be firing stroke right about there. So we're going to bring it right to the top. I just want to have a look-see at... Yeah, those aren't sealing too well either. So those valves need to adjust them as well. That one's not terrible bad, the intake, but this one, the exhaust is pretty bad. That should be a lot tighter than that, which means the it needs adjusted down there. The head looks like a normal head. The gasket stayed here, which I guess is good. It looks just kind of like a felt gasket. I'm going to take that off. It's going to end up wrecking it. Oh boy, what a mess. Now are these holes, there's little holes right next to the stud here. Oh. Now the only thing I can maybe do is try to get a piston that's a little bit bigger. No, not solid. A little bit bigger and get it bored out. But these guides are trash. Oh wow. That's the knock I hear too, honestly. As it's going down, I can hear like a... Yeah, that piston's... It's not in good shape. Let's get you in a bit closer. Have a... Well, you're pretty close there now. Yeah, that's the slapping I can hear, I think. So it's just wore itself out, I guess. Oh boy. Well, I'm gonna, I guess, have to go find some parts if I want this thing to run again. And I gotta figure out how to get this flywheel off of here, because I welded on a little piston on the end here from a chainsaw or something, weed whacker or something. So it'll have to come off, get cleaned out. And oh boy, fun stuff. Now, I wonder what size that piston is. It might be interesting trying to find something. Let me get my measuring device out here. Get a rough idea. I think it's a cast iron pin as well. It should stick to it. Yeah, it's magnetic to it. Oh, this stupid thing. It's either really cold or it was on in the box. Well, it looks like it's a 76mm bore, or 2.9, so it's a 3-inch piston probably. 3-inch piston in it. So that might be interesting. I'm trying to find that again. Those valves aren't probably good and those guides are shot. Yeah, I don't know if I'm liking that too much either here. And that can be adjusted out for sure. This one's not too bad. That piston is in rough shape. I think that's probably where we're losing a lot of our compression around this. So, there's unfortunately work on this that's going to have to probably be done if I want it to run right again. And I'm going to have to figure out somewhere around me that can hone that out. Have to get her stripped down, like I say here, and get her right to the block and just take that to them. But the whole thing should be kind of cleaned up and repainted too, right? So they might do that too, I don't know. It's a lot of disassembly though, it's a lot of work. Getting this off might be fun. I don't have a gib screw or gib key puller. There's one of those gib keys in there holding all this together. So I have to figure out that. I don't have a gasket for it. I'm going to have to do some shopping, I guess, first. But maybe I'll see if I can adjust out this exhaust here maybe a bit and get a little bit better potentially out of it. We'll see what happens here. Well, I put tons of gap in her there. See how much gap I got there now. Well, it's just for testing here. Lots of gap, eh? And it's not a whole lot better. So I kind of wonder if the springs maybe gotten a little tired too. There's not much for springs on these things, that's for sure. They're pretty flimsy kind of spring. So probably a combination of them maybe not seating right, and that piston. Definitely some issues here. I want to get that kind of adjusted back up so I can get a look at the seat there, maybe the bottom of the valve. Okay, so let's get her to intake. That should be compression power there. Okay, let me readjust that valve up a little bit, the lifter, and we'll see. Whew, I don't know. It's not looking too good. Gotta kind of hold everything here. Alright, that's a little better. Let's see. Intake, compression power, exhaust. Okay, take compression power. And the top of the exhaust is about there. Okay, let's have a look at that beller. See if we can get in here. Hard to see, but it's definitely not sealing too good. Well, there's a lot of oil that's come up past. I think that bore is having some problems too, of course. Yeah, that needs some work too in there, I think, unfortunately, because this is just not looking great there. Those guides are shot. Holy smokes. Look how much this one has play. That won't be helping. Doesn't look terrible bad there though on the sealing surface. But that piston is definitely not good. So I have a short, because I got to get in, I think from over this side here. But now I'm gonna go look for parts, I guess, first, see what's kind of available before I tear it apart, because I'd rather leave it together as maybe a non-functioning engine. Unfortunately, we had some good times with her, but she definitely needs some work done. If I can't find parts, well, then we're up the creek without this paddle kind of thing, right? So well, there's the head too. Anyways, let's grab the light. Oh, look at that too. She's definitely had some oil coming through. Now that's not good. Probably why it wouldn't start. So anyways, well, that's not too good. Poor old Wolseley. Well, we're looking on the ebay.co.uk website under Wolseley WD. That's another older one here with the smooth hopper on it. See the smooth hopper where ours has like those fins on it? That's a pretty old rare one, that one. There's another Wolseley there. There's a magneto gear. There's that cover, a little spigot thingy. That's the cover on the other side, I believe it is. There's a head gasket for 12 bucks. $23 to ship it. There's the plate on the other side too there. There's the side plate there. Wolseley books. Oh boy. There is not much available over here for this thing. There's a Wolseley WD or rust and pit parts or connecting rod. Wolseley WD1 part, I don't know what that is. There's a head there, 15 bucks. $200 to ship it over here though. It's a problem with this engine, it's really rare over here, and you know, it's hard to find parts, that's for sure. There's the crank guard, that's this guy right there. There's a pin in there so it keeps it from getting into that pin. That is right behind there, that little plate behind the flywheel. There's this assembly in there, throttle assembly, another gear, another one of those bearing plates. And bearings could be shot in this. I could probably get bearings. The bearing on the crankshaft could be shot, and probably is. Oh man. Boy, what do you guys think I should do? Think we should pursue it anymore, or maybe take it apart and see more what's going on inside? It's a shame just to kind of shelf clean it, but I mean, if I can't get any parts or anything, I didn't see any valves on there or any lifters or anything. I didn't see nothing on there for parts. And it doesn't look like there's much oil gets up into here and stuff. There is a, you know, it should splash around. You think it would get up. It looks like it's kind of, let's get this light on here. Really light? It looks like it's getting a bit of oil splashing up through that little channel there, but I don't think it gets a whole lot up onto those guides, so those guides must be just trashed. Oh, that's too bad. Anyways, boy oh boy, I don't know what else to do with the poor thing. It did run pretty good. It was, the last time I had it running, it seemed fine, but this time, no, I was not having any part of it, so I don't know what is going on with it and why it's doing this now. But that's too bad, because this is, I've never seen another one of these engines over here in a show over here anywhere. But I do have a place that I could probably strip it down and send it to, and they'd bore it out, and they'd probably drill new and put in guides for it. Valves could be shot. I'll never probably find another set of valves for it. The valves could have bends in them. I mean, could possibly be really bent too. It's not a good thing, boys. It's not a good thing here. So I don't know what to do. Maybe we'll pursue it a little more and get it stripped down, but this is what I was talking about over here. I glued on a little piston here, so that'll have to get busted all off of there and ground off probably. I don't know why I glued that on, just to see it spinning as it was spinning, I guess. But I think I glued that on with that underwater glue. It's on there probably pretty darn good. So that's not going to come off easy, because there's a gib screw, well, if you want to call it that. Let's grab the other light here. It's like a key that goes in on the shaft in here. Let's see, there it is there. That little key in there holds that thing in there. So that might be fun getting that off. I don't have a puller. There's a little, you can hook onto them and then give it a pull, right, and it should come out. And all this should come off. Heavy duty flywheel. Be nice to get it all cleaned up though, wouldn't it? Paint it all up nice again and stuff. Oh man. Then I get it all back together and this thing would screw up on me. Be my luck. The little points in there and stuff. And knock on wood, it's never given me any problems. Fairly clean and dry in there. Well, that's good. That's good. It's always had a nice hot spark to it, because it's a Wyco. Okay. Well, I'm gonna get as far as I'm gonna go today with it anyways. Just wanted to see kind of what the deal was there, what's going on. And honestly, it's not looking too good. Yeah, not looking too good. So she might have just turned into a shelf queen, or a floor queen. Tough thing to see, but you know, I've had this engine for quite a while now, and it's always been good. Ran quite proper, really, but it's just finally wore itself enough that it's done. And I think this cylinder is probably turned like a bit of an egg-shaped or something. Not good. Not good. Oh well. What do you think we should do? Pursue it more? Try to get all this apart? See what we can do? It might end up being in a box for quite a few years until I can get things. Because I don't know if these guys are working and doing stuff now over here at the shop I would take it to. I don't know. But it's kind of sad to see it kind of go bad. But it's definitely got some oil coming by. Be interesting to get the piston and stuff out and spec the inside there and see how much gaps in those rings. I bet you it's pretty good. I'd have to get all the oil drained out over here though too, so maybe I'll set that up tonight and let her drain out for a bit. Alright, we got the oil trough going. That'll drain her out overnight. There's a little bucket there. And yeah, should be good. And maybe we'll have a look inside that plate there and see what's going on. And yeah, I don't know, poor thing. Well, but as far as I can go tonight, I guess. So anyways, there we go. Poor Wolseley. Well, I'm a little bummed. Might not ever hear the old girl run again. That thing's from about 1940, 44-ish, and around there, somewhere in around there. They made them for a few years there, so lots of parts over in the UK, but over here, pfft, I mean, I could probably get some kind of piston close to work. It's not going to be heavy-duty labor, but that needs to be bored out. Probably oversized piston, valves. Because those valves, they don't have the keepers on them. They have the little pins that go through, right? You pull that thing up, you pull that little kind of roll pin thing out. So that's not good. Boy, I guess there just wasn't enough vacuum there to suck fuel in. That's too bad, because it did run pretty good, but it's tired. It's really wore out. And yeah, you know, they could probably put valve guides in. There's lots of head there for the valve to hit on, so, you know, on the lifter, so that should be fine. I think they're all good, but oh boy, what a mess, eh? So we'll drain her out. We'll get back to her in a little while here maybe, and see kind of what's going on inside. Like if that connecting rod's not good or the crankshaft's no good, we're screwed. Like I got nothing. I'll never get parts like that over here for that kind of thing. So, and nobody wants to ship a whole engine, say, over from the UK, so, which really kind of sucks. But anyways, that's all we can do today. Thanks again for watching. We'll catch you all later. Poor Wolseley, and you guys have a good day.